Hola, estudiantes. It's Mrs. Santiago here, and I am going to help you through the vocabulary for the restaurant today. So we are in your OneNote, Chapter 6, Food and Meals. We are on page 27, Restaurant Vocabulary. I'm going to eliminate the table of contents and make the page big. Okay, so you can see that there are actually 4 different sections of restaurant vocabulary. The sections will go along with what you're going to be doing on Friday/Monday. We are doing a restaurant simulation. So this is vocabulary that you want to pay attention to because you're going to be using it in your graded simulation. Okay, so it says in the restaurant, everyone has a job. If you don't do your job well, it affects the whole team of people. The skills are in Spanish. You need to know these phrases, the food categories, and the food vocabulary. Okay, so first let's look at the first job. The cocinero or cocinera. This person is the cook or the chef. Okay, so these are like the categories. So la carne, you should remember carnivore. So this is the meat. Remember that los vegetales and las verduras both are the word for vegetables. Los postres, what do you eat post meal? Post meaning after, right? So that would be the desserts. Okay, so again, postre reminds me of the word pastry, so that one's kind of easy to remember. Las bebidas comes from the verb beber, right? So las bebidas, or the drinks. And the chef would be saying, ¿Cuál bebida quiere usted? ¿Cuál postre? So one of these words goes in this blank, right? What's going to go in there is the category. So you need to know your categories. Okay, so ¿Cuál category quiere usted? What, and then whatever your category is, do you, remember usted formal, and want, querer to want. That's going to be a big one when you're ordering, querer to want. Why are we using usted? Well, you're using usted because the client or customer is not someone that you know, and we use usted with people that are new to us. So what else does the cook need to know? All of the categories of food and all of the foods. So you need to go back to your food vocabulary, and let's just look quick. For chapter 6, the food vocabulary was way back here. It is 6, 7, or 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So all the way back to that area. Go back to the beginning and review in your OneNote. So I'm just going to write here, OneNote, pages, all the way from like 6 through, I'm going to say like 12. Might be a little bit more than that. Okay, so that is the cook, the chef. Let's go to the verde. So the verde is just general. Okay, this is really nice. Los buenos modales. Okay, buenos modales is important. Anytime that you do anything, you should be using buenos modales in school or wherever you are, but especially when you're in a situation in public. So buenos modales are your good manners. So buenos modales, good manners. So when they hand you your meal, they're going to say buen provecho. In French, they would say bon appetit. We talked about this. Buen provecho is just a nice way to say enjoy your meal. Enjoy your meal. Buen provecho. Por favor, please. Gracias, thank you. De nada, you're welcome. Remember, when you say de nada, you're really telling them think nothing of it. Lo siento. Okay, lo siento. I'm sorry. Okay, lo siento is something you might say if your classmate comes in and their goldfish died. So we'll put a little X through their I. The goldfish croaked, or if you bump into somebody, you might even say lo siento or perdóname. So I'm sorry. Hola, bienvenidos. Hello, welcome. Un momento, por favor. So we already know por favor means please, and momento is a cognate. So, right, un momento, por favor is like one moment, please, as if you're going to get something, or if you need one moment, a moment to check over the menu. Un momento, por favor. Claro. Okay, I love that word. Me encanta. Claro. Claro means of course. If someone says claro que sí, it's of course yes. Claro que no, of course not. Me alegro. Me alegro. I'm happy. Me alegro. And then if somebody, so like when the waiter says me alegro, like I'm pleased, I'm happy. Está bien is just someone's way of saying, okay, it's all good. Okay. Here's some words that you need to know. So part of the restaurant activities is to know about el menú, the menu. Now, on one of our pages, you're going to see that they're going to call it la carta. That's because at one point, a menu didn't have a fold and it wasn't like a book. It was just a single page. La carta is like the card. So that makes sense. La cuenta or el cheque, right? That's just bring me the check. Or la cuenta is actually like the bill or the check. La cuenta, por favor. The check, please. When you're going to pay the check, you could pay with crédito or tarjeta de crédito, or you can pay with efectivo. So efectivo, what's the most effective way to pay anything? Cash. That's how I think of it. The most effective way is cash. In certain countries, even when I lived in Puerto Rico, they called it the green discount, right? They'd give you a discount or a better price if you paid in cash. Okay, good. That's the end of page 1. Not a lot to write. Let's go over to the blue. 2 more jobs to do in the restaurant. So, el cliente. So, el cliente is the customer. And yes, being the customer is a job. Okay, a lot of this has been written in for you because these are words that we've already know. Me gusta, I like. So to order, you could say me gusta, and then you could put in any food item. Me gusta la hamburguesa con queso. You could also say yo quiero, and then the food, right? Yo quiero el sándwich de pollo, right? I want. Yo quiero ordenar. Okay, ordenar, this is a cognate. I would like to order. And again, there you would put in the food. These are a bunch of different ways to order. You could say yo quiero pedir, okay, instead of yo quiero ordenar. This is also I want to order. Remember, we just learned pedir, to ask for or order. Again, you'd put in the food. Yo quiero comer, put in the food, okay? I want to eat. And then you'd name the food. Yo quiero beber, right? Think about babies drinking. I want to drink. Yo quiero probar. Okay, one of our new verbs that we just did, right? I want to try blank and say whatever it is that you want to try. Yo quiero probar. I want to try. Hopefully it's a new dish. Yo no tengo. So you're at the table, you're looking at your place setting, and you are missing something. Maybe a fork. Maybe it's a glass of water. Perhaps it's the napkin. If you're missing something, you would say yo no tengo and then the item. Okay, again, these are all food up here. Sorry. Okay. So again, the item, it might be silverware. It might be part of your place setting. Yo necesito. You can use that and add in a food, a place setting item, or the check. So yo necesito. That's all the way back from when we talked about what school supplies do we need. Now that you've ordered, this is more at the end of the meal. Yo voy a pagar con. Yo voy a pagar con crédito. Yo voy a pagar con efectivo. Yo voy a pagar. That is the simple future. I am going to pay with, and then whatever it is. Here you've got the 2 options, right? Crédito, cognate. And we already talked the most effective way to pay is with cash. Okay. After you get your food and before you pay, somewhere right in the middle, so this would actually probably go here, you would be making a comment on the food. We have already done this. Me, and then you talk about the food on your plate. Está, and then you need a quality word, positive or negative. And the posters will be hanging up in the room to help you. Okay, so it would be like saying my, and then whatever it is blank. So, mi refresco está caliente. Right? My pop or my soda, my refreshment is hot. Yuck. If it's hot, don't drink it. Okay, muy bien. We've got one more section to look at, which is the pink. So the pink is the camarero or the camarera, not going to lie, the toughest job to do. You might hear somebody say el mesero or mesera. Oops, I forgot the E. Think about mesa being table. This is the person that comes to your table. So this is your wait staff. Okay, your waiter, your waitress, depending male or female. Okay, so they're going to start by introducing themselves. They're going to say me llamo and put their name. Yo voy a servirte hoy, or they might say servirle hoy, right? I'm going to serve you today. Hoy, remember hoy, today. Not hoy, it's hoy. ¿Qué te gustaría comer? ¿Qué te gustaría beber? So even though we haven't used this yet, we're going to learn it just as a vocab right now. It is gusta, but it's gusta in the future. Okay, so it would be like, what would you like? What would you like to eat? What would you like to drink? And then comer, eat, come and get it. Beber, like a baby, drink. And then again, different way. Instead of saying, what would you like? Gustaría, what do you want? Querer, to want. What would you want to eat? Que, and then you'd have to, in the blank, put the category of the food. What, que vegetal quieres? Que carne quieres? So you're going to put that, like, so you could do que vegetales quieres? Que carne quieres? Que bebida quieres? Okay, so you just write in whatever you're asking about. Now, once you've taken the meal, this is kind of like a break point, and you're bringing the food back, you would say, aquí está tú, and you'd fill in the food that you're bringing to them, right? Aquí means here. So here is your, and whatever's on the plate, okay, naming that food. Then once you've given them a chance to eat it, so here I would say there's a little bit of pause, and then you come back to the table. And this is where you're kind of like asking them so that they can reply. Their response is going to be that food comment. So you're asking for their opinion about the food. So, ¿cómo está tú? And this is the name of the food you're asking about. How is your, and then whatever it is. ¿Cómo está tu pizza? Mi pizza está deliciosa. So that's where you're asking. Now, here's another pause, and now you're asking them about payment. ¿Cómo vas a pagar? How are you going to pay? The wait staff might, if something is missing and they say, yo necesito el vaso, I need the cup, then you would have to use this, which is, we just learned today, which means it, right? Lo. So yo lo busco. I'll get it, or look for it is really what you're saying, but it's like that idea of I'll get it. Yo lo busco. Okay, so I know there's a lot of phrases to think about, but they're all super important if you were in a restaurant. So there's 3 jobs. I would say el cliente, super important. El mesero or camarero, the wait staff, again, super important. Both a little bit harder. Little bit easier job is the cook or the cocinero. That person is going to be asking what they need to be drawing the food on the plate. And then these are your good manners. And then I guess these are like things that you need to know. These are like restaurant items. We'll just call them quick because they don't really have a little title, so we'll give them one. Restaurant items. Okay, if you have any questions, please let me know. You are going to be doing a homework on the next page that is asking you to become the client. So you might need some of these phrases. Remember, the homework is not a quiz or a test, so make sure you do use the resources that you have. All right, guys, take care. Gracias.